Lawrence of Arabia about 4 times trying to describe things here.
So, given that consciousness now that you have, how do you think this can impact on your final edit of the new film, so that you avoid, you yourself were talking about, in the, you Palestinians when you were a child are being represented as victims, and then so it moved from, there was the image of the resistance fighter, except in the West that was interpreted as terrorist. So how can you, in the film, visually put across, I mean, it's a huge challenge, and nuances, the narrative story to get the content of everything that you want to do, but at the same time work with a consciousness to ensure that Palestinians are represented as rounded, I suppose.
Excellent question. The short answer, I don't know yet. But from what I know now, the picture of Palestine, it's always incomplete picture. If we do it or if they do it. We want our narrative and our narrative only. And for them, we're really missing out of the whole thing. To me, I would like to complete the picture. If you come to an area, like my research at the time, in the 70s, to the contrary of most Palestinians, what they think the 70s was the worst, it was actually the best thing ever happened to us. 70 brought back to us our Palestinianism. Before that, we Arabs. We Arab guerrilla, we Arab fighters, we Arab terrorists. When we start, believe it or not, when we start doing hijacking and all that, that's when they start calling us the Palestinian. I want both. I want the Palestinian picture and I want the terrorists, because we did terrorist acts. I want both of them to be in the frame. And let the audience decide which one is more authentic, which one is more right, which one. It's not my job to make them decide where to go. But I really want. There's an article in the time about some PLO fighters in the 70s attack a bus, and the bus ended up being school kids. 14 of them get killed. So you could imagine 14 pages article in the time with the cover, the kids, out of the bus. But this operation was a revenge for an attack on Nahr al-Barid refugee camp in Lebanon, where 102 Palestinians died. And the time between them, 4 days. That first event is not on time at all. The second event is took 14 pages in a cover. I would like both. I'm not sure if I answer your question, but because I think it's a long process. For me, at least, it's a long process to really understand it and what did I want out of it? How did I want really to represent this one? I think if you think of Amr film, I loved that film. I really loved it. It's an authentic image of what really was happening. It's not much. They didn't really add too much to it. And if anything, I would blame Amr for it. He didn't use enough archive. There is a huge archive for that time to help him tell the story.
Not of the village that he was talking about.
Yeah, the village.
Okay.
It's a Christian village, and they're the one who came up with non-violence resistant. We will not throw stones or anything. They burned the IDs, the Israeli ID cards and stuff. No representation, no taxation. So the whole media just went there and become the darling for the media. So there's an unbelievable amount of archive for that time. And mainly is a news archive, but so what? There's pictures. There is actually a Norwegian filmmaker who was filming at that time, and he has very good archive. And there is a French one, and ironically, both of them did not make the film. They just shot and never made the film.
Well, I guess he wanted to do the whole thing as an animation to begin with, so it was a bit of a compromise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.